Today on Oz, women who lost half their body weight.
Transformation is so amazing, you have to see it to believe it.
If you think you can't lose weight, think again.
How they did it, so you can too.
Plus, rip a page from Lala Anthony's Power Playbook.
You can be great at more than one thing.
How she went from the bottom to the top. Lala sharing her rules. Coming up next on Dr. Oz.
Look at this, unbelievable today. If you think you'll never be able to lose weight or that your health is too far gone, then prepare to change your mind. You're about to meet 3 women whose transformations are so amazing, you have to see it to believe it. Now, they have shed over half their body weight, and they're here today to reveal their secrets of how they did it so you can too. So let's start with Jessica. Here she is. And she's right behind that picture. I want her to tell you her story. This is her at her heaviest weight. Jessica, tell us your story.
I hit my heaviest weight at 362 pounds. Every celebration, success, whether it be social, fun, or work, revolved around and involved food. I was eating up to 10,000 calories a day. I started having heart palpitations and chest pains and was convinced it was all due to my weight. So I decided to take matters into my own hands.
Jessica, I can't wait to meet you. Come on out, please. Unbelievable. Congratulations.
Thank you.
190 pounds.
Yes.
It's a big difference.
Yes.
A real big difference.
Yeah.
What was your rock bottom moment when you knew you had to change?
Well, I went on a vacation to the south of France with friends. And during that vacation, my luggage was lost for 5 days.
Ooh.
And I could not, in that entire time, find one piece of clothing anywhere we had gone that I could fit on my body at about 362 pounds. So it kind of struck me that there was a whole entire country, pretty much, that didn't even acknowledge that people my size existed. And that was sort of my rock bottom.
And yet in this country, we were getting comfortable with the fact it was happening once in a while.
Absolutely.
Come walk us through this. I'm going to start with the very first step that you took to lose that very first pound. What was it?
Well, I decided that my biggest challenge, I was a sales rep on the road, spent a lot of time in the car, and I could not concentrate on making meals and foods and snacks and counting calories every single minute of the day. So I decided to use protein shakes for the majority of my meals. And then I ended up learning how to cook like one really good, healthy, lean and green veggie and protein meal every day.
So you had a protein shake for breakfast and lunch and your
Yep.
snacks. You just had that one, probably dinner,
Yep.
that you made for yourself.
Absolutely.
And how did you know what was the right protein shake for you to use?
Well, I determined that I really needed convenience food. I know now it's like there's so much convenience food, fast food, but for me that became my fast food. So I substituted my McDonald's or my Burger King with a protein shake that I could mix in a water bottle or just buy in a pre-made bottle and take on the road.
So it gave you no excuses not to do it.
No excuses.
Made it easy to do the right thing.
Absolutely.
You did something else that I've never heard before. You said you actually canceled cable.
I did.
Why does canceling your cable help you lose weight?
Well, I found that I would take my food, I'd walk into the living room, I'd sit in front of the TV and I'd eat it kind of mindlessly. Yeah. And I said, you know what, it's counterintuitive to all the energy I put into making this great meal, so I canceled my cable. I'd listen to baseball on the radio or read a book, but no TV.
Anything. All right, so this is a typical meal I gathered from before. Was it
Yes.
all this together?
Well,
Sometimes.
yes. I mean, most times some version of this. I ate out all the time, almost all the time, and it was always a big burger or a big sandwich or a big oversized meal with
Bacon on this one. Is that typical?
Oh yeah, probably had a big side of mayo and extra blue cheese and a couple drinks and dessert and yeah, absolutely.
And what you replace it with?
Well, now it's kind of a version of lean and green still. I do grilled chicken, fish, some sort of protein, cauliflower instead of a carb.
So as you're going along, and I know how hard it is for folks just to make the first transition, but then to stay here is even more difficult. So is it 8 years now?
8 years, yep.
So do you ever feel like you're slipping back?
Absolutely. I mean, my job involves a lot of travel. I spend lots of time on the road, and I will slip back a little bit, but I sort of have a place where I do not allow myself a line in the sand that if I get there, I reel it back in, and go from there. So it is tough. I actually am more proud of having kept it off 8 years than having lost it in the first place, because it's really, really more challenging when you don't have cheerleaders every day going, yay, you lost 200 pounds or whatever. So
I'm very proud of you for
thank
everything
you.
you've done.
I appreciate
Bless
it.
you. Congratulations.
Take care.
All right, now, Jessica is not the only amazing weight loss transformation. I want you to meet Chelsea. Chelsea, share your story, please.
This is me at 250 pounds. My mother passed and my emotional eating took a turn for the worst. After having my third child, I was at my highest weight ever. My portions were out of control and I had no energy for my kids. I was on the border of diabetes and joint pain and needed to make a change.
Chelsea, come on out. I want to meet you. Absolutely fabulous. I love the red.
Thank you.
I love everything about you.
Thank you.
It's amazing, isn't it? You know, you lost, it's 100 pounds?
Yes.
Why was it important for you to actually make that change in your life?
Well, at the point where I knew I needed to make a change, I was already a mother of 3 children, and I had not suffered any health issues related to that yet, besides not feeling well and not looking how I'd like to look, but I knew that I needed to model good, healthy behavior for my own children, and so that was my biggest motivator.
So Chelsea says that she didn't follow any specific diet plan. She actually had a very specific secret she followed to lose the 100 pounds. It was a rule called the rule of less. So I'm gonna put them up here. Explain to me what the rule of less is.
Well, when I first decided to make the change, it was both exciting and overwhelming because I knew exactly what I needed to eat, but it felt like impossible. So I decided to first just focus on eating less food, cut my portions down. That was my first goal, less food. Then I decided that I was ready to cut down on junk foods and fast foods and work on eating less of that, but not ever eliminate it completely, but less.
Because it's boring if you're perfect all the time.
Yes, it felt impossible to be perfect, so I was trying to be realistic, I guess. And then I eventually started to buy less processed foods, canned foods, boxed foods, freezer meals, and so that was eventually 80% of the time eating whole, clean foods, vegetables, lean proteins, and that's how I got there.
Like so many folks who watch this show, so people, period, you have emotional eating trends. You mentioned after your mom passed, you were very sad and you sort of coped that way. So how have you gotten past that? How do you deal with your stress and the emotions now?
Well, once I had lost a good amount of weight, I came into another stressful part of my life and I knew I had to do something different or I was going to go back to my old ways. So I decided to take up running and I downloaded a Couch to 5K app on my smartphone and set a goal, and I completed the app. Then I ran a 5K, and then next a 10K, and then a half marathon, and eventually ran a full marathon. And
you ran a full marathon?
Yes, I did.
That's unbelievable.
Yes. And it really helps with dealing with stress, and it's my happy place. Running is my new happy place.
So you've got one more big obstacle, one more big goal that you want to get at.
Well, my next goal is to really, of course, maintain my health that I've worked for, and then just to reach out to others and help others see that they can change their life too, and that it's not that hard if you chunk it down into smaller goals. So I'm working on a blog and other projects in that terms.
So I've got a little surprise for you. It might even be a big surprise. This is what your new blog will look like. Can you see yourself there?
Yes.
See? Read Chelsea's
goodness.
first blog. Now, you notice where that is?
On the webpage.
It's on DrOz.com.
Oh my goodness.
If you're wanting to do this, I wrote the first blog with my team for you already. It's all right there. All you got to do is update it and keep it up, because I think
I'm totally, yes, thank you so much. That's
really do it?
perfect. Yes, I'll absolutely do it.
millions of folks want to follow what you've done because you've been there.
Man,
you
that's
know
so
what it takes to
awesome.
cut
Thank
back.
you so
All
much.
these rules are liquid gold for us. We'll take advantage of it.
All right.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. When we come back, find out why more than 38,000 people are following this woman's weight loss journey on Instagram. Stay with us.
Tell us, how has the show helped you lose weight?
I love the recipes on DrOz.com. I pick 2 per day, 1 for lunch and 1 for dinner. I've been doing this for 7 weeks and I've lost 21 pounds.
Head to DrOz.com/recipes now. Next, she lost half her body weight and became a social media sensation. Now she's inspiring others to make amazing transformations you have to see to believe. They're here to answer your questions on how to do it. Incredible weight loss success stories, coming up. All New Oz.
Are you surprised that there's all this attention about your weight?
Bethany Frankel responds to her critics.
You know what I mean?
And opens up about divorce in the public eye. That's coming up tomorrow.
Welcome back. Today we are talking to people who have lost half their body weight. They're some of the most amazing transformations I have ever seen. Next, I want you to meet Rebecca. She's joining us behind a picture of her at her heaviest when she weighed 381 pounds. Rebecca, tell us about yourself.
I grew up obese, bigger than everyone in school. My mom worked 3 jobs, and sometimes fast food was the easiest option. I was addicted to food, I didn't like myself, and at 16, the doctor told me I would die if I didn't lose weight.
You guys ready to see Rebecca? Yeah. Come on out, Rebecca, let's meet you. I love that. Give me one more twirl. I want to see it. That's great. It's hard to do if people are watching you.
It is.
That's fantastic. You lost 219 pounds.
I did.
Isn't that incredible? Okay, can you believe that is you?
No, yeah, I look back at it and I still see myself like that, so.
Why do you see yourself like that?
It's hard to change your body image, the way you see yourself when you were like that your entire life. So, it's hard. I just can't believe it.
You see little bits and pieces of yourself that is different now than you were?
Oh, definitely, definitely. Better changes, both emotionally and physically, so.
You know, here's the amazing thing. I meet a lot of people on this show. I'm most amazed by your story today because you're not just about you. You might not know this, but Rebecca's become a social media sensation. Over 38,000 people following your journey. Yeah. Following your journey. So I want you all to sit back for 1 second, take a look at how you made this happen.
In 2011, I was invited to do my very first 5K with my mother-in-law. I walked the whole thing. It took me an hour and 15 minutes. I was miserable the whole time, and at the end, I finished last, dead last. I was embarrassed. I was 29 years old, 381 pounds. I knew right then and there it was time to make a change. My ultimate goal was to go back at the 5K that I finished and run it with my friend. And she said, you know, you should really put your journey on Instagram. It's really inspiring. I started my account as Get Fit Beck because my name is Rebecca, and my whole sole purpose was to get fit. I never had the purpose of a certain body image. I just wanted to get stronger and more active. I only had 10 followers when I made my first post, and I was still pretty nervous to see what they would say about a picture of me working out. Going to a gym, not knowing what I was doing was extremely terrifying. So my first step was to buy a workout video. Once I started seeing the pounds come off, I knew it was time to start changing my diet. I started with portion control, using a smaller plate to trick myself, learning more about nutrition and reading labels, straying away from over-processed foods. Adding a lot of more lean protein into my diet, experimenting with vegetables, yummy. So as I kept continuing to lose weight and I kept losing pounds and posting about it, I would gain about 100 followers from each post. 2 years after finishing that hour and 15-minute 5K, I went to the exact same 5K. I remember going down, running the same parts that I remember wanting to stop and starting to cry and thought, I'm running this. And I would see people behind me running or stop and slow down. I'd be like, no, keep running. We're almost there. And 2 years later, I finished it in 34 minutes.
Isn't that a crazy story? So many folks want to ask you questions. I've asked some women who are here in the audience who wanted to ask you how you did it to join us. So Nadine, you want to go first?
Sure. First, I want to let you know that you're such an inspiration to me and to others.
Thank you.
But my hurdle is every time I go on a diet, I can't seem to lose more than 15 pounds. It seems like my cutoff point, and I just have so much difficulty moving forward. Do you have any advice as to?
First, I hate the word diet because we always feel like so we have to like kill off everything that is in our what we usually eat. And so I never went on like a diet per se. I just changed my nutrition. And like I said, I just started substituting different things. I mean, do you like chocolate?
I do.
Okay.
It's a trick question, by the way.
Yeah. I have chocolate every day. Believe it or not, I had dark chocolate before I came on the show today. Okay. And I keep dark chocolate. You can get like dark chocolate chips, and I get 62% cacao, which is a better form of chocolate for you. And the higher the percentage, the better chocolate it is. I keep those in my freezer, and my husband will always know whenever it's like chocolate time, because he'll be like, I hear you in the chocolate in the kitchen. So, you know, I always allow myself to still have the things that I love, and I never cut everything out of my diet. So you just have to kind of find what works for you, and then just kind of go forward and stay off the scale.
It's a great point, because, you know, the scale doesn't have a finish line.
Yeah.
Reaching a goal like running a 5K or getting to a mountaintop or just doing something you couldn't do before does.
Yeah.
Amanda, you want to ask a question?
Yes. First of all, you were beautiful and gorgeous before, and you're even more gorgeous. You're even more gorgeous now. You know, all my life, my weight has fluctuated, going up and down, and trying to stay on track. I found every time I start getting in a routine of exercising or dieting, I wind up getting sick, becoming ill, you know, and then that makes me, you know, fall back. How do you stay on track?
To be honest with you, every day is a struggle. My weight has fluctuated since June of last year. I'm actually up about 10 or 15 pounds from my lowest weight. So I struggle with it all the time.
I noticed how emotional it was for you guys just to hear that story.
Yeah. Yes.
You struggle every day with it.
Yep.
Yes.
But you got some cool ideas. There's one more question, actually it's on video, if it's okay.
Sure.
All right, this is a question from Rossi in California. Take a look.
I actually don't have a question. I have a thank you message. Hi, Rebecca. I'm one of your 38,000 followers, and I want to say thank you so much for your daily inspiration that you provide us. We've never met. I live in California, and you're in Arkansas, but your daily motivation and inspiration means so much to me. And thank you so much for being so real about your journey and sharing about things like clean eating and saggy skin. You really helped me believe that I can do this too. You're amazing.
So how's that to hear Rossi's story? You inspired her and 38,000 other people.
I still, every day, I always say I'm blessed. I hope that I can touch more people.
You are. You're making people's dreams come true, and I want you to make sure yours come true too as well. It's been a real pleasure meeting you. Thank you for your questions.
So much.
You can find lots more weight loss stories at DrOz.com. We'll be right back.
Next, radio and television personality Lala Anthony shares her successful Power Playbook that can change your life. Rules to be your healthiest, happiest, and most successful self. A guideline for anyone in heels to change their game. Next.
She came from very humble beginnings, and now Lala Anthony is a New York Times best-selling author. She also happens to have a fashion line, a cosmetics company. She has a reality show, a budding acting career, and a high-profile marriage to NBA star Carmelo Anthony. But she's also a mom. Today, Lala is sharing the rules from her Power Playbook to be your healthiest, happiest, and most successful self. Please welcome Lala. How are you?
It's such a pleasure to meet you.
The honor is all mine.
How are you? What a pleasure. I'm so excited to be here. Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be here.
I love having you as well.
I love this show.
What do you like about it?
I just love that anything you say, I do. Literally. If you say it's okay, then it's okay.
Well, you were very kind to say that. I'm surrounded by some very smart people. I love your story. When I said you started with humble beginnings, I really do want to emphasize that. And let's maybe start at age 18, which is a sort of coming of adulthood for a lot of folks. You
Right.
actually say it was maybe your best year, but in many ways your hardest year. How did it make you powerful at that age?
Well, definitely my heart is here because I left college and I moved into an apartment with a roommate. We had no furniture and no money. I was interning at a radio station at that time and just trying to figure it out. But I believed in myself and I knew being on the radio is what I wanted to do. So I wasn't going to let anything stop me, but it was tough. I mean, I was broke. I had literally no furniture, just sleeping on the floor and just trying to figure it out.
It sounds romantic when you say it now. It's hard to go through that.
It's very hard to go through.
So you're at this radio station in Los Angeles, and then you get a big break on MTV, and you become a household name. How did that experience change you?
I mean, it was crazy because coming from the radio to MTV, you know, on the radio, you can hide. No one has to see you. Now you're on television where people can see you and can critique every little thing about you. Her hair, her makeup, her clothes, you know, so it was an adjustment to have people, you know, just critiquing everything you did. But also it was powerful to now be on television and talk to, you know, so many kids every single day. And TRL at that time was the biggest music show on television. So I'd like to say, you know, I was a part of pop culture, which is amazing.
In a big way, in a big way. So you got a new book. It's fantastic, actually. And it's called The Power Playbook. Here's a quote from it. I know that in order to realize my goals, I would not have to just break out of my boxes. I'd also have to destroy them.
Yes.
Destroy the boxes. Why? What were the boxes you had to destroy?
Well, you know, even now I'm still destroying boxes because starting in radio and then being a television host, you know, people put you in that box. Like, that's all you can do. And now, you know, I'm really pursuing my acting career. I'm on a hit television series on the Starz Network called Power. Ironically, it's called Power, and I have the Power Playbook. So, you know, when I transitioned into acting, it's like, no, she's a television host. She's a radio personality. She can't act, and why not? So I had to destroy the boxes, but I also had to be that much better than everyone else to prove that I can do more than one thing. And I just feel like, why put us in boxes? You can be great at more than one thing.
So for all the moms out there, sometimes we don't celebrate ourselves.
Right. And I think it's important. You have to make time for you. Whether it's a bubble bath or just light a candle or a nice bottle of wine, do something for yourself and celebrate yourself.
Coming up, Lala's created a Power Playbook. These are rules that can help everybody. And if you can go from sleeping on the floors, come on back, to becoming a star, you got some lessons to share. So come up closer. You get to stand next to the big monitor. It's a coveted position on the show.
I like it.
You get to teach.
Okay.
Are you ready? So there are 3 power rules. We're going to walk through these very carefully. Number 1 power rule is you got to find your passion and your purpose. Now, please, if you can, explain what they are and why do you need both of them to find your power?
Well, I think you definitely need both. Now, to me, passion is something that you wake up every day wanting to do, like your job, you know, passionate about a career, something you want to do. Your purpose is what you feel like you were put on this earth for, whether it's helping people, you know, that's what I think that your purpose in life is.
Lala's a philosopher. All right. Number 2 tip, embrace failure to become even more powerful.
Yeah, this is a big one. This is a big one. Failure is what makes you powerful. What you have to do is when you fail, you learn from your mistakes. So next time you're even better. The problem is when people don't learn from their mistakes. But if you make a mistake and you feel like you failed and you learn from it, you're only going to become that much better the next time.
And finally, and this is a big one, work ethic should be the greatest talent of all. Now, you actually quote Will Smith. If I can give everyone this quote, so listen, he says, I viewed myself as slightly above average in talent, and where I excel is ridiculous, sickening work ethic. So why did that resonate with you?
Because I feel like that's me. You know, I'm a workaholic. I work all the time. So I might not be the best, you know, radio personality, television host, actress, but I'm going to work so hard that at times I'm going to surpass even better talent because my work ethic is so great and I'm just a worker and I grind really, really hard. So when Will said that, I was like, that's me 100%. Like, I will outgrind somebody any day of the week.
Yeah, it's 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration. So I want to do something that's a little more fun here.
Okay.
I've been working on this, speaking of work ethic. I don't have a lot of talent at basketball. You know, I know you spend a lot of time in the court.
Yes.
And I'm not claiming that I'm like Carmelo Anthony, but I've been getting some tips from him. So walk on over here.
All right.
Here's the challenge. Basketball net's right there.
This is so funny.
Yes, I know. And I've got the basketballs here. So
but wait, Dr. Oz, 1 second. You, because I'm wearing heels, you have to wear heels before we take any of these shots. Because it has to be fair.
That's not fair. I never practiced in heels.
Well, we have to be fair. And I gave you a very low heel, by the way. I didn't give you a 6-inch. I gave you like an 1.5 inches.
Yeah, that's more than 1.5 inches. Look at those.
All right, maybe 2.
What are the keys to walking on heels? It's harder to walk on these things.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. All right. You shoot first. Here, come over here. All right. You got 15 seconds. I wish I'd practiced with heels, but I'm gonna do my best. Go ahead, 15 seconds. Put her up to
15?
15, go. It's 1, go.
Oh, God,
There, 2. Oh, yes! Oh, I feel good about this. I feel good about this. Oh, no! Yeah. Oh! Oh, at the buzzer. At the buzzer, she hits it. At the buzzer.
It's hard to shoot with heels and rings and everything else.
I'm learning all that. All right, let's go. You got a rebound for me here.
I will.
All right, we're ready, setting the clock. I want you cheering for me here. So how do you lean back, you lean forward?
Forward.
There. Oh! 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 Oh, that should have gone. I got robbed. Oh, I got robbed again.
Wait, I think
That's good. Yeah! And one more. Oh!
Really?
Victory lap.
Really?
Victory lap. Victory lap. Well, Anthony, the best. Listen, there aren't many women powerful enough to convince me to wear heels on national television.
Love that.
But I'm going to work up to your size heels next. For more of Lala's rules to be happy and healthy, check out her new book, The Power Playbook. Also, look for her upcoming show, conveniently called Power, premiering this summer. Be right back.
Coming up next, do you have cancer running in your family? Take matters into your own hands. Discover new ways to turn your kitchen into a cancer-fighting powerhouse with everyday kitchen staples that can be used to help ward off disease. Coming up next. All new Oz.
Are you surprised that there's all this attention about your weight?
Bethany Frankel responds to her critics.
You know what I mean?
And opens up about divorce in the public eye. That's coming up tomorrow.
Today, I'm giving you brand new ways to turn your kitchen into a cancer-fighting powerhouse, because you can take matters into your own hands and try to ward off any cancer you're worried about. And guess what? It all starts in your kitchen. Dr. Mitch Gaynor is a cancer specialist who's dedicated the last 30 years of his life to this. So why are you so hot in the kitchen is a key way of preventing cancer?
Well, the kitchen is the center of every household. But there are all these cancer-causing chemicals in our environment that we don't really have much control over, such as in the air we breathe. But we do have control over our internal environment, what goes into our bodies, and what we prepare in the kitchen. And the latest science has shown that can be incredibly powerful.
I send a lot of patients, Dr. Gaynor, because I love the way you wrap the whole thing together. So I asked 3 ladies, come on over, to join us today. They all have cancer running in their families. And Dr. Gaynor's asked each of them to bring something they already have in their kitchens to learn how it can be used to ward off cancer. So Elise, you're joining us. And what did he have you bring?
He had me bring a strainer, and I couldn't imagine what we were going to do with this. The only thing I use it for is to make pasta. So.
Sort of a strange request, Mitch. Why would you request to get a strainer?
Well, a strainer, it's great for making grape juice. Now, grapes, a lot of people don't realize, are loaded with nutrients, and you can make it natural. You can pour it into a blender and actually just blend it for 10 seconds on high. And then when that's done, you can pour it through the strainer.
You hold the strainer, this is yours. Don't drop it. Don't spill it on me either.
Okay.
And when you pour it through the strainer, you're getting a lot of the phytonutrients in the grape skin and in the juice of the grape.
So why can't you just buy grape juice?
A lot of grape juice has added sugar, high fructose corn syrup, things that you don't want in grapes. It's better to go with the natural food. But I'm going to just pour this.
He's very sloppy. Notice that? Surgeons would never spill. What kind of cancer do you have in your family?
Well, melanoma, and my dad has had it twice.
So the message is you're not the victim of the genes you're born with. Your genes can change throughout your lifetime depending on the foods or toxins you're putting in your body.
It looks pretty good.
Try it.
You taste it first.
You want me to taste it first?
Yeah, I'm going to make sure it's okay.
All right, here we go.
Ha! I love not tasting food. Is it a little bitter?
It's good.
Is it good?
No, it's not bitter at all.
I don't know why they add a little sugar.
Right.
You haven't not had some. I drank it before the show started. Just quality control.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Elise. All right, Jalissa's joining us. How are you? So what did that diabolical Dr. Gaynor have you bring?
Well, he had me bring my garlic press. And I love my garlic press because it stops the mess and it cuts my time in half, my prep time.
So why is this gadget such a good cancer fighter, Mitch?
The garlic press is great because garlic is also loaded with cancer-fighting nutrients. In fact, many studies have shown the garlic, people that eat the most garlic have the lowest risk of many cancers, especially stomach and colon cancer. So what we're gonna do is put some garlic in some soy sauce, preferably low sodium soy sauce. It goes right in, and then you just press it right through very easily. If you have a knife, you can get all the nutrients in the garlic right in there. Now, it's best after you've done this portion to wait about 10 minutes because that amount of time allows for activation of the most powerful anti-cancer nutrients. You can then stir it after the 10 minutes, and then I'm just gonna ask you if you want, you can make an X-shaped cut in the chicken. You can add this to any lean meat, or you can even add it to veggie burgers. It has a nice thing as far as making a great tasting chicken. That's perfect, Julissa. And what you want to do is you want to put it in the center of where you made the X.
Oh, put it inside the food.
It goes inside. Now that serves two purposes. Great tasting moist chicken, and it helps protect the garlic from the high heat in the oven, and that won't inactivate many of the powerful anti-cancer compounds.
Did you ever imagine that a garlic press could help you reduce cancer in your family?
Not at all, but I'm gonna start using it a lot more often now.
All right, thanks for sharing it with us.
No problem.
Take care. And finally, we got Suzanne here. How are you?
Hi, good to see you.
Now, Suzanne, what did you bring that Dr. Gaynor requested?
I brought in my hot air popper, and I know it's archaic because I used it in college, but I still use it, and it's a fun, easy, and healthy snack for my 11 and 13-year-olds.
No, I have this in my house also. I do. I feel like I'm a dinosaur, but I have the exact same device. So why was this so important for Suzanne to bring?
It is so great. One, a lot of people don't realize popcorn has the same anti-cancer nutrients that you find in green tea. And it's also a great snack. It only has 30 calories per cup. So once you finish air popping the popcorn, it's great if you want to add some to a bag.
Look, I'm not going to lie, we add lots of toxins.
You do?
Fake cheese.
Why do you do those things?
Because it makes it taste better.
See, I like brewer's yeast, and I do put butter on it. But you actually have a different recipe you think will work for us to reduce cancer issues.
Yes, if you like a little kick, you can use some chili powder.
Wow.
So if you'd like to just put it in a paper bag, you can
Not the whole thing. No, I'm kidding. It's fine.
Chili powder, and you can put a little sea salt. It doesn't have the chemicals of other salt. And then just shake it up.
Got it.
Let me see you shaking technique.
I'm good at this.
And it makes a great snack, and it's filling and low calorie and anti-cancer.
It's got a little kick. It's nice.
I love this.
It's great.
I know. You
That's
know what?
yummy.
Air pop popcorn. The best part for me is I know exactly what's in it.
I know exactly.
I
agree.
Right, you avoid some of the potential toxins.
That's right.
That might be present in other forms. This is so simple to make, so inexpensive. It's great for losing weight. So
agree.
I'm going to walk us over to the audience. Want to join me?
Absolutely. Some samples?
Or you want to eat it ourselves?
I think we shall share.
Also helps.
I have kids, we share.
Listen, you'll learn lots more about Dr. Gaynor's easy ways to have a cancer-fighting kitchen. You can read them in his new book, The Gene Therapy Plan. We'll be right back.
Next, it's the ultimate showdown, coffee versus tea. Beverages with an almost cult-like following. But where do these two differ when it comes to flavor and content? Which has more health benefits and which one is better for you? The big debate is on. Next.
We are bringing healthy back this season and want you to bring it too. Grab your prescription pad for fun and sign up for free tickets today. You can go to droz.com/tickets and sign up. Did I get it right? Are you a coffee person or a tea person? Which is better? Which is healthier? The debate rages on until today because it's coffee versus tea, the ultimate showdown, and you will decide which will win. You guys are gonna wave there. You all have your paddles. Let me see your paddles. There they are. They are ready to go. And pay attention, because you at home will have a chance to vote in just a few minutes. So here are the contenders. Now, in this quarter, it's Coffee's corner, wearing a coffee bean burlap suit, seriously, author of Coffee Crazy, Robert Jolting Java Galinsky. And in this corner, celebrity nutritionist Carrie Tea Time Glassman. Are you both ready? Are they both ready? All right, here's the deal. You each have 30 seconds to plead your case. We're gonna keep score. There are 3 rounds. The rounds are health benefits, caffeine level, and flavor. I'm gonna have some audience members come up to help with the flavor. We're gonna determine which is the better beverage. Round 1 is health benefits. We have flipped a coin. Robert goes first. Plead your case. What are the health benefits of coffee?
Dr. Oz, coffee is breaking grounds, pun intended, in so many areas with health. It is used for research in Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, type 2 diabetes, cancer. You can drink coffee and it will reduce your possibility of getting multiple sclerosis. It's amazing what it does. It gives me a headache, how healthy it is, actually. And because of that, if you take a cup of coffee and you're taking a pain reliever, you can actually up the pain reliever's effectiveness by 40%. For those of you trying to lose weight like me, it ups your metabolism, you can burn fat, and if you took everybody's coffee away today, there'd be no peace in the streets. People would be angry.
All right, Carrie, your turn. Stand up for all the tea lovers out there. Why do you think it's healthier?
Okay, some fair points over there. But first of all, tea can hold its own over here. All right, first of all, tea, all types of tea, green, white, black, all comes from the same plant. It's the way they're processed that differentiates the nutrient levels and the taste. So let's just start with our friend green tea. Green tea, we know, has been linked with preventing cardiovascular disease, cancer, diabetes. It's also been linked with fighting obesity and Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. And then we've got black tea, which also has been shown to increase mental alertness. What?
Yeah.
That's all I got.
That's all you got. But you got so much in. You got so much in. Look, I actually saw a lot of overlap there.
Yeah, there's overlap.
What's the one more? Go ahead.
Well, lowering blood pressure and also just the active tea helps calm you down.
All right.
Sorry, I had to get that one.
Feel relaxed. All right, audience, you have your paddles. You must now vote. You think coffee won or tea won the first round? They put them all up. Keep up. I see a little more coffee. Coffee takes the first round, but I guess that was a lot closer than I expected. Okay, round number 2 is caffeine content. One of the main reasons people consume tea and coffee is to get a boost in the morning and to curb that midday slump. Each of you have to make a case for why your beverage has the better jolt. Take it away, Robert.
Coffee has 2 times the amount of caffeine that tea does. As an example, last month, Serena Williams, #1 tennis player in the world, she was playing in a tournament. She lost the first set 6-3. She asked the line judge, "Can I have an espresso?" He said yes. She came out, won the next set 6-3, 6-0, smothered her opponent.
You're down.
There you go, energy.
Carrie, take it away. What do you have to say?
Okay, so first of all, people often drink coffee. They think for the caffeine, for the energy, but caffeine is really a stimulant. It's not real energy. Only calories from food give you real energy. That little bit of that stimulant effect from tea can be more beneficial, so you don't have a crash later on.
Oh, so it's more than just the caffeine, and you can mix it up a little bit. So we have variability in caffeine versus lots of caffeine. Audience, let's see your votes. This time, tea took it. Tea took it back. Oh my goodness, we had a split decision. Tea wins. This round goes to tea. It's 1-1. It all comes down to flavor, which is not a bad way to decide. Robert and Carrie, I want you to go ahead and pour the best version of your beverage you can for round 3. Audience members, who wants to come up here and taste some of this stuff? Come on down, ladies. Come on down. We've got 2 audience members. They're going to look at the flavor. Come on down. Okay. How are you all?
Good.
What are your names?
Here, you Carla.
Go. Carla and?
Allison.
Okay, Carla and Allison, please go ahead and take your beverages. No bribing.
No bribing.
Please be honorable. I'll hold your numbers here. Here you go, double fisted. You can just verbalize. You're going to have to vote for everybody. You need double fisted. I'll take this also. Sure. All right, and I'll be the tiebreaker. How's that? All right, are you ready? Everyone drink the coffee first. Thoughts on coffee?
I needed it.
Very
good. I love it.
All right, how about the tea? So now you have the difficult decision for all of America. You have to vote, coffee or tea. Who wins the big battle?
Coffee.
Coffee?
Coffee.
We have 2 coffee people? We have a winner. Well, you know how Coffee won the in-house studio audience battle, but everyone at home, there's still a chance for millions of you to weigh in on this great debate. Now you have the hardcore vets to really take a stand. So go to DrOz.com and vote. Tea or coffee? We'll keep checking back to see who's going to win on your behalf, and you can figure out who's the better one. We'll be right back.
All things Oz are online. Watch the show clips that you love and exclusive content that you won't find anywhere else. Hit play at DrOz.com. All new Oz, under fire for being too skinny.
Are you surprised that there's all this attention about your weight?
Bethany Frankel responds to her critics.
Do I look sick or is there a problem? I mean, honestly, you know what I mean?
The truth about her weight.
I am thin. I have a brand called Skinny Girl.
And the stress of divorce in the public eye.
We're all just doing the best we can.
Raw, revealing, emotional. That's coming up tomorrow on Dr. Oz.
I adore talking to Lala Anthony today, so I asked her to stick around for the extra 30. And I just found this Instagram page image. I think this is absolutely spectacular. It's a beautiful picture from last year's Mother's Day. And here's what it reads: I never knew a love like this existed until God blessed me with you.
Aww.
I love that.
I love that too. I'm like, that was really sweet.
It was well done.
Yes, it was well done.
So for all the moms out there who just don't know how to get the most out of Mother's Day,
right,
give them some advice.
Well, I just want to say, one thing, don't be shy. Like, if you want something, ask for it. If you want your family to take you to breakfast or to make you breakfast in bed, ask for it. Sometimes you have people around you that want to do nice things for you, but they don't know what to do. And we as mothers never want to ask for anything. So don't be bashful. This is your day. Ask for what you want and say, look, today, the perfect day would be this and that, and ask for it. And if nobody's doing it for you, do something cool for yourself.
You heard it from Lala. Love you. Absolutely love you. All right, now it's time for In Case You Missed It. First, real people who lost half their body weight. Unbelievable. Losing even a few pounds may seem like a huge hurdle, but these ladies are so inspiring because they found what worked for them and they didn't give up. The one tip that I love came from Jessica, who lost 190 pounds and has kept it off for 8 years. She drinks, it's good, 5 to 6 protein shakes a day. Literally, she'll drink this all day long. She replaced her breakfast, her lunch, her snacks, all with these nutritious 100-calorie shakes, so she could really focus on enjoying a healthy dinner. It worked for her. It's a tactic. Find one that works for you. That might be good too. But you'll find your way if you know about these tips. You can find a ton of great protein shake recipes on DrOz.com. Finally, please be careful of dubious people online that make it seem like I'm endorsing their products, because I don't. To see a full list of our trusted sponsors and partners, you can go to DrOz.com, and I'll see you next time.